Ladies and gentlemen, this is YOYT Reviews Leaked Edition. That's right, we're going to be looking at a movie that was never meant to meet the public eye up until this point. And that movie is Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie. It is fucking terrible!
Hey everybody, it's raining phase ones! And they're
Hey, do you remember when SpongeBob movies were actually good? Yeah, I don't either. So, for those of you out of the loop, basically, about a week ago, an entire SpongeBob movie was leaked online. Apparently it was leaked somewhere on a Discord server, and then someone reposted the stuff from the Discord server onto Twitter, or X, or whatever you want to call it. And that's where most people, including myself, ended up watching it. And oh boy, it is just rancid awful. Like, if every single SpongeBob movie has been getting worse and worse and worse in quality, and it's just kind of sad considering that the first SpongeBob movie is genuinely one of my favorite animated films of all time. That may sound goofy to say, but if you somehow not watched the SpongeBob movie once in your life, then maybe you'll understand once you give it a try. Then Sponge Out of Water was okay. Like, it's definitely an alright movie, it's just nowhere near the height of that one. And then Sponge on the Run was just... it just was awful. It was a bad story, bad character moments. There's just nothing special about it other than the animation. It was badly written. It was basically a polar opposite from the first SpongeBob movie. And now here we have this, and it is probably the worst one yet. At least the last one had beautiful animation. This shit looked like a glorified video game cutscene. I am not joking. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, even though it's been a week, I've already pretty much forgotten what feels like everything that happened in the entire damn movie. It's just such a nothing burger, it's insane, or should I say, nothing Krabby Patty. So the movie opens up with Sandy singing a song about loving Bikini Bottom or some shit like that. I don't know, I don't completely remember. And there's this robotic horse thing that we're just supposed to treat like it's been there the entire time, even though it wasn't and hasn't been. And then after that, basically all Bikini Bottom gets scooped up and brought up to the surface world. And of course, the only two characters to not get scooped up are Sandy and SpongeBob, because of course. And then after this happens, we're supposed to be treating it like it's some emotional moment, like they just lost all their friends. But then SpongeBob makes what may just be the worst joke in the franchise's entire history. Unfortunately, the scene was taken off of Twitter because of copyright bullshit, so I'm just gonna use this guy's YouTube video instead. Go check it out, I'll put the link to it in the description, and here's the cringe.
And all my streaming videos on demand. I can't demand them anymore.
Now, there are like a bajillion reasons why this joke doesn't work, but I'll just list off the obvious ones. 1, you're underwater. 2, when was it established that streaming services exist underwater? 3, in what world would SpongeBob ever say that? Netflix clearly threw that one in for self-promotion. It is just the most soulless corporate joke I've ever heard out of this series. It's just so representative of this entire movie. This entire movie is just unfunny joke after unfunny joke after unfunny joke. There's literally a scene where the movie tries to be fucking Pinocchio 2022 and SpongeBob sniffs a giant pile of shit. I wish I was joking. So anyway, after that, SpongeBob and Sandy go up to the surface and we learn that Sandy is a flying squirrel. Once again, when was this ever established? There was a fucking tweet made on the SpongeBob Twitter account that she was not a flying squirrel. Like, do you guys care about continuity at all? Anyway, after that, they try to go to the place where the Bikini Bottomites were taken, and they end up getting taken away by a tornado or some shit. And then after that, they get ambushed by a couple of snakes, where we get to see Vor Sandy. Why, God? Why? And after that, Sandy calls for her family to come and save them. This is the first time I think we've ever seen Sandy's family, and I'm gonna be completely honest, they're alright. They're kind of one-dimensional characters. Their whole gimmick is that they're a circus family, and apparently Sandy grew up in the circus, and they want her to be a circus performer. Yeah, it just sort of feels like a plot device, honestly. It's just something to give Sandy some bullshit dumb conflict from some backstory that we never knew about and was unnecessary. There's nothing I hate more when they give characters unnecessary-ass backstories for no fucking reason other than to pad out the film. Other than the Sandy and SpongeBob storyline, of course there's the whole subplot with the Bikini Bottomites and where they're taken to. So basically, they get taken to this marine biology lab called Boots, with the purpose to turn them all into toys. And the main maniacal maniac behind all this is some CEO played by Wanda Sykes. Just like the SpongeBob movies themselves, the quality of the villains just gets worse and worse with each passing movie. With the first film, you had the Cyclops and Dennis, literally two of the best villains in the entire franchise. In the second movie, you had Burger Beard. Okay, he's funny. I like Antonio Banderas' performance as well. And in the third movie, you have King Poseidon, who's just fucking pathetic. And now here we have Wanda Sykes as the most unfunny CEO person I have ever seen in my entire life. Her entire backstory is that she wanted to have sea creatures as toys, but every single time she had sea creatures, they dried up and died. And this is done in the most poorly animated scene I have ever seen in my life. Like, I wish I could show it, but I don't know if there are like any clips available on YouTube. In fact, I don't even want to spoil it here. I do want you guys to see it for yourself. It is truly a sight to behold in terms of how awful it is. Like, the only legitimately funny moments in this entire movie derive from scenes that are ironically funny. And at first, that's what I was thinking too. Like, you know, this movie is so bad that there is some genuine enjoyment here. But the more and more I thought about it, the more I just thought, it's only funny when it's memed. On its own, it is just basic, boring dribble. It's a terrible paced movie, terrible jokes, all the characters are not written well. This is just one of the worst things that the entire SpongeBob franchise has ever shat out since Season 7. And it's not even like bad in the sense of Season 7, 8, and 9, where it's all mean-spirited all the time, or the characters are jerks. It is just... it's nothing! This movie gave me absolutely zero extra value as an individual, and it is quite literally one of the most worthless pieces of garbage I think I've ever watched in my life. This will probably already be like the worst movie of 2024. Who knows if it even comes out officially later this year. It leaked, but not for the better. This is a 1 out of 10 shitfest, and I recommend that you don't watch it, even if you're the slightest bit intrigued, or in case you just want the funny, so bad it's good moments. Anyway, that's all for this video. Please leave a like and let me know if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. God, this movie's so fucking awful.